Hi, this is Brittany Drozd, and welcome to another opportunity to be your best self. Today I'm sitting with Shira Hirshberg, founder of All Foods Nutrition and registered dietitian and nutritionist. So I brought her in today so that she can help us decipher some great food resolutions and bring us closer to the best version of ourselves. We met at CrossFit Providence where we were both working out and realized that we had some common goals in working with our clients to help them, find a specific plan that helps bring them closer to their goals in life. So with that, I'd like to introduce Shira and ask you what first piqued your interest in nutrition?
So after my freshman year of college, I actually was diagnosed with high cholesterol. And so I got a pamphlet from my pediatrician put out by Lipitor that said all of the things I couldn't eat mostly. Mm-hmm. And I followed that very carefully for about a year during college, which was not very fun. No. And then I picked up a book by the Harvard School of Public Health, and I realized that the information I'd been given was really out of date, and there were actually lots of foods that I could eat that I'd been avoiding. So I actually got pretty angry, and that piqued my interest in nutrition. I started reading about it in my spare time, and then when I was looking for a career change, I came to nutrition.
Okay. So what was your vision when founding All Foods Nutrition?
So my vision was creating a place where people could not feel as if somebody was going to be the food police. A lot of people get that feeling from dietitians, and I didn't want to be that person. So I wanted them to have a safe place where they could tell me exactly what they eat and where they want to end up being, and we could work step by step to get them there.
Great. So what do you think is the number one food mistake that you see people making?
And the number one that I see is that people feel like if they have one thing during the day, let's say there's a box of donuts at work and they have one or a piece of one, they feel like their whole day is ruined. And then they kind of don't worry about eating healthy the rest of the day. They feel like they've totally screwed it up. So I think that's the major mistake I see, is that people don't realize that one little thing doesn't ruin their whole day, and they can, the vast majority of what they eat is more important.
Okay. So I know I've definitely had that experience where I made one poor food decision and felt like I sabotaged my day, or definitely sabotaged how I felt. It impacted my mood and how I was feeling. Do you think there's truth to food having an impact on that?
Absolutely. So there's a couple of things that impact mood when it comes to what we eat, and one of the major ones I think is blood sugar. So let's say you start your day off and you have white toast with butter, or maybe a bagel, or maybe a croissant. So any of these things are basically white bread. And so that will take you a couple of hours to digest, and you'll feel fine. And then about a couple hours later, you'll crash. Some people get 3 hours out of that, but basically at some point you'll crash pretty hard. Your blood sugar will get low, which makes you feel tired, cranky. I use the term hangry, and generally not very good. And you'll crave carbohydrates because that's what your body is looking for to get your blood sugar back up. So you might look for snacks, things like pretzels, crackers, cookies, chips, candy, things that are typically found in vending machines, right? So that will make you get back on that same roller coaster and keep your day going like that with a lot of these down points.
Those peaks and crashes.
Exactly. So the good thing is that you can make that change by eating different things. So if you start off your day, let's say that toast is whole wheat toast. That helps a little because it's got some fiber, which keeps you full longer and will give you a little further without having that crash, and the crash will be a little less bad. If you put something like a healthy fat and protein like peanut butter, or maybe you have some eggs on that bread, or even cheese, that protein will help keep you longer before you feel poorly, and then usually you won't feel so bad that you'll need to search out such an unhealthy snack. So then people are more able to find a healthier option.
Oh, got it. That's very helpful. Thank you. How should someone go about creating a healthy, balanced diet? So I work with a lot of people who have very busy lives between work, home obligations, and sometimes it's like got to just grab what's available. So how could someone better prepare to have this more balanced diet, to avoid those crashes, right?
So I think one of the things people feel is hardest is getting enough vegetables during the day. The recommendation is pretty high. People are supposed to have a lot of vegetables during the day, and that can be hard if you're not prepared. So what often helps folks is to pick one day during the week that you do some prep around vegetables. So if it's your shopping day, an evening when you have less to do, maybe a weekend day, you buy all your food, and the stuff that you can just eat right away, like maybe peppers or carrots or other things that you can kind of put in little Tupperwares, you cut them all up, you get them ready to go, so you can just grab something when you're running out the door and not have to worry about getting it ready ahead of time.
That's a great idea. Great. What about snack attacks? So what are some great healthy choices when you feel like, you know what, I just need to grab something quick?
Yeah. So if you have those vegetables in your fridge, right, those are great. Unfortunately, a lot of people think cut vegetables aren't the most exciting snack in the world. So hummus is a good option to add to them, dipping them in hummus, and that actually, you know, I like to say you want at least 2 food groups for a healthy snack. So vegetable and hummus, your hummus is a healthy fat with a little bit of protein, so at least you've got your 2 groups there. Maybe if you don't like hummus, something like a healthier ranch dressing. They have some yogurt dressings on the market now, and those are pretty tasty. So there's lots of other healthy snacks. A string cheese is super easy, quick. I used to keep that in my lab coat when I was in the hospital. There's often fruit people use as a snack, but again, if it doesn't have another food group, it's not going to take you very far in terms of time filling you up. So maybe add some peanut butter or some cheese to your banana or peanut butter to your apple to get you a little further.
Okay, thank you. So I have to ask, because I know you're human too, what is your favorite sweet treat? I know everyone has one.
Absolutely. Mine is frozen yogurt.
Frozen yogurt, good.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't do ice cream, but frozen yogurt's my good substitute.
Awesome. So if you could convince everyone to remove just one unhealthy item from their diet, what would it be?
So I have to say it would be really sugary drinks from coffee shops. So an example would be a Dunkin' Donuts Coolada or a Starbucks. Include any sugary substitute here. You know, they have mocha chocolate lattes. They've got a million different things. But those really high sugar coffee or coffee related beverages are really killer in terms of sugar and not much else going on.
Right. I know I used to be the worst culprit of that when I was younger. I knew nothing about nutrition and would definitely do it to try and fill me up, which is so wrong, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really take you very far.
Right?
And, you know, even making your own coffee with cream and sugar is usually a lot healthier than what they put in them at those places. So
good to know. Thank you. So what is the most impactful change someone could make to improve their diet today? They just had to make one change.
I think it's eat more vegetables. So when it comes to vegetables, something like 2 cups at lunch and 2 cups at dinner would really help you eliminate some of the other stuff that's higher calorie and give you all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you need, and the fiber as well.
Great. So veggies all the way.
Exactly.
Got it. So Shira, how does someone work with you outside of this interview?
So they can get in touch with me through my website. It's allfoodsnutrition.com, or Brittany has my contact information. And then we meet one-on-one. I do nutrition counseling sessions, and we figure out what their goals are, where they're starting now, and then how to move forward one step at a time. I create an individualized plan with them to help figure out how to get there.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate all the great info you've shared with us.
Very welcome.
Right. So thank you so much for joining us as well. Feel free to contact myself or Shira for more nutrition information from All Foods Nutrition. And I look forward to seeing you next week for more information on our New Year's Fast Track series.